Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Yeah, so if this is the first time here at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we highly recommend subscribing to stay updated with our latest content. Hit the subscription button above, click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever we at the Jamaica Young Police channel release a video. Remember that this channel is not an entertainment channel. You know, entertainment channels give you a average between 10 to 15 minutes. This is not an entertainment channel, so you have to go elsewhere if you want entertainment. Remember to give this video a thumbs up because you will find it helpful and informative. Please remember to share the video with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, mama, papa, side chick or side man, and tell them to tell a friend about the Jamaica Young Police channel. You can join the Patreon squad. By doing so, you will gain access to exclusive content that cannot be played on YouTube due to various restrictions. To unlock this untapped collection of videos, click the link in the description box below. Joining our Patreon community allows you to explore contents that complies with laws, rules and regulations while avoiding disruption to our channel's functionalities. You'll be able to see videos and you'll see photographs, names of persons who have been killed and are still waiting on justice, like Rifle of the British crew, one of the British of the British crew, and you'll see the people who are involved in the killing of these men and others, including Douglas Chambers, who was killed by PMP criminal organization members, and it came from the top. And to date, the person who have given that order has not been arrested and charged for that murder. So you can go to Patreon and you'll be able to see the face and name of those persons. So thanks for your continued support, and we look forward to providing you with exceptional content. So moving on to today's video.
So what I want to know now, you see, when police take up themselves and disobey curfew orders and face backlash from the public, going down to Supreme Court and a chant over money and a demonstrate, although them say it's not a demonstration, but we certain it was a demonstration. Them could have called it anything they want. They could have even call it foul. A demonstrate, they mean a demonstrate. So when they were down there demonstrating, right, the Federation and Roe and them friend, them couldn't carry the police on one side, go squeeze them and say, look, I wrong thing we are demonstrate for still, you know, them not really war with no money, you know. We just hope say boy, them with them pay we, with them no war we. Even though the government already say we no war no nothing, you know. The government must have put your case forward and say, look, we no war, you know. And then, oh no. No carry the police on one side and say, look here, I wrong thing we not demonstrate for now. This case is only to make them implement the 40-hour work week, you know. So when they come in and demonstrate or gather up, it really make no sense because back and really worry nothing still with us. I hope say they might sorry for we and give you a thing. All of that, and back right after your 3-year money. And you say you're not take it. If you go fight for 14 years money, where you know him no owe you. Papa Jesus! Why we are telling you, sir? There are people who don't say assets. No, sir. No, brother. The man said the original position
You know, that voice note, that's from, you know, remember back in the time during COVID when, you know, PMP criminal organization, Comrade Rohan James, yes man, he had took the police officers them down to the Supreme Court to demonstrate. And the police officers, their behavior was disgusting. You understand? They behave like real carousing down there and carabunkers. It was so disheartening watching these people. And I can just very vividly remember this police woman, looked like a shower mouth shark, yes. And her mouth was the loudest. A police woman, I should assume, because she did not have any uniform. So what this voice note is telling is that before they went down there, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, had told them, PMP Criminal Organization Chairman Rohan James, that he would give the police officers rank and file from constable all the way up to inspector 3 years money, because the government did not owe the police federation any money. 3 years. All he had to do was accept it and the members would be alright. But guess what? He was not into that. He was there fighting politics on behalf of the PMP criminal organization. So that's why he took them down to the Supreme Court to show the Jamaican people that the Jamaican Labour Party is against the police. In which, remember, it was Corporal Rohan James, DSP Bulldog, Raymond Wilson and Bulldog. Yeah, if you look at him, he look like a duck. Yeah, Bulldog. They are the one, you know, that signed. We didn't have COVID, you know, when the PMP criminal organization government was in charge for 5 years, 0%. And those of you who know maths know that when you say you sign a wage increase of 0%, that is just insulting people's intelligence. But you know that most of the police officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, most of them, majority of the police officers are from poor background. And you know, most of the poor people, especially one of them from rural Jamaica or in the Kingston metropolitan area. Because, so you know, most of them, although they are police officers, they have people in their family who are criminals and they have a criminal mind. And you know, to have a criminal mind, you have to align yourself with the PMP criminal organization. So when time these men had signed the 0% increase, it was not a problem to them. None of them for 5 years. Yes, the PMP. When Portia Simpson did their last stint as Prime Minister, and it was not a problem for them. None of them. Everyone was quite fine with it. And they were getting 3 years money and they did not want it. Yes, Corporal Rohan James did not want it. All because the man was fighting politics. So you know, what happened, he's currently on interdiction and he's not coming back. If things, you know, if rules, laws and regulation of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is upheld, you know that this man will be out. He should not be in the police force. So what he had done, when I tell you about a guy named Ardy Lewin, a soldier, fake commissioner of police. He was not a police officer. So he was the one who received the report of this criminal police officer. Yes. And instead of him acting on it, but because he was a PMP criminal organization, yes, planted fake police, because I don't regard these guys as police. Ardy Lewin, Anthony Anderson, Macmillan, they weren't police. They don't destroy the police force. But you have to understand that Jamaica is a criminal's paradise. And no wonder why, you know, crime is out of control, because even the criminals can see that everything is set in stone for the criminals. So this man, Ardy Lewin, he's the one that got the report to make sure that they kicked out this man. But because this man is a PMP operative in the police force, whatever action that should have taken against him didn't. That was from 2011. and because of his rhetoric. So, you know, when criminals are confident in it, they just do things and they do it openly. So what he did was that, so they have a new system that they're, and this was something that started by, it was the Jamaica Labour Party government under one of the most corrupt Prime Minister, Bruce Golding. The first Prime Minister in the history of Jamaica was to resign in disgrace. Yes, Bruce Golding. So they have an overtime system. And what the people at the Police Federation, including Corporal Rohan James, has been doing, they have been stacking the overtime pay sheet, or what they submit, or what they submit monthly. Even when these people were taking a dunk, having sex, going to the supermarket, when them go to the bathroom, they want overtime. So the Commissioner of Police said, no, I saw them are criminal and all in MacBeam, all of these people. And they said, no, it can't work. We're just going to give you, because based on, because you don't do no police work. These people at the Police Federation don't do police work. So what they did, they start the overtime bill, you know, the people at the Federation, and the Commissioner said, no, you rip off the Jamaican taxpayers. So what he did now, went to a funeral of a policeman that was killed by a gunman. Instead he go there and, you know, give his tribute to the policeman and, you know, the policeman's family, give him the opportunity for him to, he went there and attack the police hierarchy, because they tell him, say, hey, we're not making allow you to thief the taxpayers' money. You and the others, them are Police Federation. So what is that going to? Set it in stone, 200 hours overtime, set it in monthly. And he went there and attacked the police hierarchy and all kind of thing. So, you know, the police force, they have some new regulation, you know, you understand what I'm saying? That's how it is, you know, when, you know, when you start, remember, the police, them not have any rights under the Constitution in Jamaica. So, nothing surprising here. So, what they do, they use the same thing that they use against other police officers and stick him. So they serve him an interdiction notice, and then one thing lead to the other. Then, you know, people from within because these were special branch people that did it then, you know, but you know, the PMP had scrapped the special branch section, and guess what? The Jamaica Labour Party don't reinstate it. So they tell us both of them I see, you know, anything with to bring down crime and expose criminality amongst them, the elites, no, them dismantle it. So that's why we tell us, we just say the Prime Minister is just a little better than gummy bear. So they were able to retrace the investigation that Ardley Lewin have covered up, and they found the video and stuff like that. And based on what they had found, you know, everything has come to the fore that this man should be kicked out of the police force. So he took use the Federation money, the members' their money. And because the people at the Federation, all of them, you know, they are all PMP criminal organization supporters. So they are not there looking out for the police, you know, they are looking out for their party. And because you have to understand, you have to be a criminal. Because when you come on to the biggest enemy of both political party in Jamaica, when I was it was the PMP criminal organization. They did everything that you think of that's bad to the police. They took away immigration from police. They took away firearm licensing powers from the police. They forced police, the PMP and the GLP go along with it, you know. Police have to do fingerprint, so you have to pay money to do fingerprint as a police officer to get a license firearm. Then you have to, the government train you, you know, to use gun, you know. Then when we say government, you know, no matter which one of them in the power, Labour, they renew the firearm act last year and then they change it. You have to go to one of them surrogates. Yes, and pay them to get a user certificate, say you're qualified to use firearm. That's how devious and evil these people are. Both political party. And I could go on and on the amount of things that they have done to the police officers in Jamaica. The same, both of them, what they did, the police don't have any rights under the Constitution. As like when I was there as a police officer, you know, thanks to Edward Siaga, all of those policies were, yes, statement was voluntary, just like in any jurisdiction anywhere in the world except Jamaica. Jamaica is the only place where the Jamaican police officers have no rights under the Constitution. That's why I tell you Jamaica is a criminal's paradise. Only criminals would persecute their police force, their security force. Only criminals do that. Criminals don't like police or the security force. So that's why I tell you Jamaica is a criminal's paradise. You have two kind of state. You have police state or criminal state. Jamaica is a criminal state. Because of the police, when it comes on to statement, if you do not give a statement, you go to prison and end up with a criminal record. It's a criminal state. Only criminal persecute police. And then these little young police, they think that these people love them. They don't. So what happened, everything has been coming to the fore. So I want you to listen to all of these. You're going to hear some, clipping, from nationwide. Yes, nationwide. Because what happened, they have they have a new chairman. Because you don't know, the police hierarchy, because this man, is behaving like they're all in Matt Beans and the like. They're all PMP criminal organization supporters. All of these people, they were there, and they behave as if the federation was Rohan James, his family member had died and will it for him. So he has been an interdiction for over a couple months, you understand, over 7 or 8 months. Yes, and this man, they haven't found a new chairmanship. So, the federation was acting, they weren't doing their job effectively because they had no chairman. And instead the people them vote for a new chairman because they are all of them are part of the cabal with the PMP criminal organization. So they have a new chairman now, and by PMP criminal organization, Rohan James said they betray him. As if the chairman seat is when he's the one that got 3-year money and refused and didn't take it. All of them there. But the people them, the rank and file member of the Jamaica, they're gonna vote for all of these people again. Because they're Speedy Gonzales, just like the Gaza Nation people. They cannot think for themselves because them hand over their mind to the PMP criminal organization. So that's why the PMP is so confident in pushing them around and treating them like nothing. So we want you to listen with the latest development with this man and what has been happening in the with the executive of the Police Federation. So you watch, you listen, you decide, and then when it's true, then we come back to it. You're gonna hear charges and counter charges against this man, but Rohan James is not supposed to come back to in the police force. He does not deserve to wear the uniform. He's a disgrace. This man is a criminal operator in the police force. He's the kind of policeman that will give criminals his gun to commit crime. I am telling you. Because I have seen police officers like him. This is a man who took sick leave, and then out there campaigning for Mr. Valentine, the PMP candidate. So what he needs to do is go by Hopeless Road, Hope Road, where the PMP criminal, Old Hope Road, where the PMP criminal organization headquarters is at, and get himself even as a watchman or something. Then we find employment for him because, what's her name? Tony Brown daughter, Angela Brown Burke. Yeah, Angela Brown Burke call him Comrade James. Or them can call me Comrade Porter. Because I am not involved in politics. So you watch, you listen, you decide.
Has picked a new chairperson, Inspector Blanche Codner. She replaces Corporal Rohan James. Constable Coy Marriott has been selected as General Secretary, replacing Corporal Arlene McBean. Corporal McBean has been promoted to Sergeant, and that promotion took effect in the most recent edition of the Force Orders. Inspector Codner has served the constabulary for over 25 years.
She previously served as the Federation's Director of Accounts and Agenda Affairs, and she's described as a team player who never misses an opportunity to lend support to a member in trouble, irrespective of where the member is located. And Inspector Codner joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Tona. Good morning, George.
Morning.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Nationwide this morning. Congratulations on your new post as the chairperson of the Police Federation. And Inspector Codner, before getting into what your mandate is and all of that, the matter at hand is that the former chairman is alleging victimization, and we want to hear this morning your perspectives on the matter. But first, walk us through the election selection process, if you could confirm for us if there was an election that took place.
Thanks for having me. Yes, in fact, an election took place on March 19, 2024 at the offices of the Jamaica Police Federation.
And is it that this election takes place annually at this particular time of the year?
Elections are done annually, but in this case, this was done because of the vacant position of the chairman. So normally the elections would be in May, but because of the interdiction of the former chairman, and the position was vacant, and an election was done.
So is that the regular course of how things are done? He has been interdicted. That matter is still being fleshed out in the courts. What if it is that he's cleared? Can't he come back for his position? How does that work?
If he is cleared, it can run again, but not for this year, as the matter is scheduled for, I think, sometime in November. And by that time, the elections would have been held.
So just to understand it, Inspector Codner, in a situation where you have a chairperson who is interdicted, it's the regular thing that you go ahead and you carry out a selection exercise, an election exercise?
That is correct. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the person has to be interdicted.
I was just using it because this is the situation at hand, but yes.
Right. A member can be promoted, like in the case of Sergeant Arlene McBean. So as long as the position is vacant, then a selection process is done.
All right, and you were duly elected on March 19.
I was duly elected as the chairman, and Constable Comrade was duly elected as the general secretary.
Just before you continue to other, just to be clear, Inspector, congratulations again. My understanding is that the Federation can't go into conference without a general secretary in place, without a chairman in place. Was that what necessitated the elections at this time, just to be clear?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. So the election has taken place. You've been elected as the chairman or the chairperson of the Police Federation, and we also mentioned that there's a new general secretary. But coming out of all of that, the former chairman, Corporal Rohan James, is alleging victimization based on the allegations that he has put out there in the media through a post he made on social media. Is any of this, is it baseless, or is any of this that he's putting out there true?
It is baseless. Generally speaking, if a member is interdicted, that person is barred from performing any duty in the JCF. The Police Federation is a subset of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, which is constituted in accordance with the second schedule of the Constabulary Force Act, subsection 1 of section 67. The Police Federation acts through branch board, central conference, and the central committee. At our annual joint central conferences, representatives from each board elect an 8-member central committee. That is 2 from the rank of constable, 2 from corporals, 2 from sergeants, and 2 from inspectors. However, the inspectors' elections are normally held in March of the same year. So after the branch board have elected the 8 members, it is the 8 members who decide among ourselves who we want to be chairman and general secretary.
So this idea, because he's asserting that the Federation colluded with the High Command to replace him as chairman, and he's saying that this is because of his decision to file contempt proceedings in the Supreme Court in relation to the JCF's failure to implement that court orders for an overtime system.
That's the farthest thing from the truth. We have had discussion as a central committee. The matter was filed without the knowledge of the central committee. After it was filed, we realized that there were items in there that we did not agree to. Case in point, the chairman, former chairman, was requesting that some public officials be arrested. At no time did the central committee took a decision that any member of the public, any public officials should be arrested.
So effectively then, under your leadership, or perhaps the central committee you refer to, you just gave fresh instructions to the lawyers who were acting for him when he was chairman to what? Discontinue all proceedings? Is that clear? Is that it?
To withdraw the matter and make an amendment and for it to be refiled.
Oh, so okay, what now becomes a substantive part of the new filing?
Okay, so since the matter has been withdrawn, we have met with the High Command and we are satisfied that they are making good progress in resolving the issues. So if it is that the issues are being resolved, we don't see the need for the matter to go back to the court. If two parties can agree to settle a matter outside of court, why would we want to go to court to waste the court time?
All matters that were brought before the courts under Corporal James's leadership, have those matters all now been abandoned?
Not all, because some are personal matters.
Well, brought under the banner of the Federation.
No, not all of them have been withdrawn.
Okay, but so those that have not been withdrawn based on technical grounds that you can't abandon the litigation at this time.
Correct.
Okay.
So just to understand it, Inspector Codner, the matter that was brought in relation to the overtime system, you've withdrawn that, you're seeking to do amendments now, but you're having a conversation with the High Command to see how best to keep the matter out of the court and fix the issue.
Right. Because the legal process dictates that due diligence must be carried out before a matter is placed before the court. Yes, there are issues, but we are satisfied that the High Command is working to have them resolved.
Is there, well, in these early days of your leadership, Inspector, are we to conclude that there may be a Rohan James faction that may not support you, or is it that all are in line with your vision for the Federation at this time?
Well, I can speak for the Central Committee. We are unified and we are working together as a team to ensure that our members have proper representation.
I feel awkward. Your first interview to the public, and we've spent so much time talking about legal matters and hangovers from a previous regime. I think it's fair for us to give you the chance to let Jamaica know a lot more about Blanche Codner. Tell us about your rise through the JCF. When did you enlist, and your placements as you moved up the ranks, and your outlook for the future?
Well, I joined the JDF on the 19th of June, 1995, My initial posting was Manchester Division. I was transferred from Manchester to Area 3 headquarters. From Area 3 headquarters to Clarendon. So I am assigned to the Clarendon Division, but I am at the Police Federation at the moment.
You're a Clarendonian or you're a Manchester lady?
I am a Clarendonian.
And through your eyes, how has the force evolved over time, especially as it relates to the role that women play in it?
Well, we have made great progress over the years. You might have known that we were allowed to join in 1949, the first female. So it is our 76th year anniversary.
There have been some trailblazing women in the constabulary over time. Javine Bent, Ioli Ramsey, Novlet Grant, my good friend. Who among those names I've called, or somebody else who I didn't mention, who has been an inspiration to you, or maybe even a man?
Well, I have to say, retired DCP Javine Bent. I remember she did my interview when I was joining, and I remember her asking me who my role model was. And when I told her that she was my role model, she was surprised. So she said, "Since I'm your role model, tell me what you know about me." And I was able to tell her and convince her that in fact she was in fact my role model.
Where did you go to high school? Where did you go to primary school?
I attended Morgan Star Early School, Edwin Allen Comprehensive High School, and I also attended Caribbean University.
Do you have your eyes set on becoming commissioner one day?
Well, anything is possible. Our highest ranking female is Mrs. Karina Powell Hood. She is the acting DCP in charge of force development. I think the only position that has eluded us as women is that of commissioner. But I think that we are on a path of progression, and sooner or later, we will get there.
And the reason I asked about that at the time is because Edwin Allen have already had one police commissioner, former police commissioner,
yes,
Carl Williams. Right, so I was wondering if you would close out the double. Eh?
Now, Inspector Codner, you're the new chairperson of the Jamaica Police Federation. What do you know of the state of the JSF in terms of the rank and file membership, and what's your mandate?
I know that the rank and file needs stability. They want their business to be conducted in a decent, disciplined, and professional manner. And that is what we are going to do as a committee heading into conference when we will be given a new mandate.
And so far, is there are there any ideas on your mind, any particular assessments that you've made and things that you'd like to change or see improved heading into conference?
Some of the things that I would like to see improved is order, decency, discipline, respect, and professionalism. And that is what I will be treating with as the chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation.
And so far, I heard you mention earlier to George as well that you believe you have the strong support from the executive, but you haven't yet gotten a clear idea as to the wider rank and file membership, how you're being received so far.
Well, a number of them have sent congratulatory messages and have indicated their willingness to work with me.
So, do you expect then, you said some of them, do you expect then to, have strong support, have a smoother sail along the way in comparison to the previous chairman?
Well, I expect their full support. The former chairman, they have supported him, and I don't see any reason why they shouldn't support me.
Inspector, there are a couple of approaches to leadership that I want to ask you about. One is where the leader fights all battles in public because they want the membership to see that they are advocating, that they are at the sharp end of representation. Other leaders want to keep things away from the headlines as best as possible because they feel that they make more headway there when there's nothing said publicly that can cause any party to feel aggrieved. What school do you subscribe to and why?
I subscribe to keeping it away from the public. I think when you've done that, you have more time to focus on what you have to do, and everything is not out there in the public. I don't think that representation has to be adversarial. I don't think it has to be contentious and disrespectful.
And there's this feeling over the years, based on how previous chairmen of the Police Federation have postured, that it's almost as if the JCF itself as an organization, the High Command especially, is anti-rank and file members, and there's a natural enmity between Police High Command and Police Federation. You've been a member of the JCF for a quarter century. Is this true? Is this perception true?
Well, former chairmen have done it their way, and I will be doing it my way. I know that. Well, we had a meeting with our commissioner, Dr. Kevin Blaze. He has pledged his support and to work with us to resolve the issues. I have worked with him before. I know him to be a man of integrity, and our objectives are aligned, and I don't think it is we against them. It is one force, and if we're to be a force for good, we will have to work together.
Mm-hmm. And as you say that, the issue of bucking heads with authority. You say you want to keep things quiet, but you're not afraid to do that, are you, Inspector?
No, if it is that I have to speak out, I will speak out.
And when you reflect on what has brought you here, those values that as a police, I almost said policewoman, that as a member of the JCF, we're shedding that now, a member of the JCF has lifted you to this position where your colleagues can put this faith in you. What do you think those values are, Inspector?
Integrity, trust, confidentiality, sincerity, genuine. I think those are some of the attributes why I have been elected to chairman.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure a lot of people don't know. We in the media, we do, but you can help us this morning by telling more people than just this small number. As Police Federation Chairman, what does that mean for you on active duty? What is it that you will be doing day to day?
Day to day, the team, we will be making representation for our members on welfare issues, working conditions, salary negotiation, transfers, promotions, just about anything that the have brought to our attention that we think is worthy of bringing to high command or being represented.
But day to day, you won't be on the front line doing usual police work.
No.
And that obtains for the duration of your service as chairman.
As chairman, that is correct.
Excellent. Well,
if it is,
yes.
but I have to do it because I travel from Clarendon to Kingston every day. So if it is that during my traveling, there are things that I come across that I need to deal with as a police officer, I will have to deal with them.
Last question, Chairman. The feeling over the years is that the Police Federation has become and postured itself has represented itself almost as a political organization. Can you tell Jamaica this morning that your work will be police interest first and it will not be colored by any political motive one way or the other?
We are police officers. We are not politicians. We will allow politicians to be politicians, and we will be police officers.
Hear you on that. Thank you for your time this morning and all the best.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
All right.
That's Inspector Blanche Codner, newly installed chairman of the Police Federation. Up next.
Yeah, so you hear from the inspector. She's telling you she's the newly elected chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation. And as you heard, the member of the newscast team, question, put forward a question that the Police Federation have been seen to be political for a few in the past years, if they're going to be continuing to be political. And that's the reason why Rohan James is in problem with the police hierarchy. But as we tell you, looking at that woman in the upper left, her name is Arlene McBean. Yes, and beside her, that's Black Man of the PMP criminal organization. He's in prison. And below him, that's Corporal Rohan James. Any police officer who support Corporal Rohan James is just like you supporting Black Man, because this man have no respect for the rule of law in Jamaica and the regulation that govern the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So that's why this man is out there behaving like that. And know that the chicken has come to roost, and now he has to pay the piper. So we wanted to listen to another news clip, telling you what this man has done with the Federation money. And that's where everything does come to, because he's treating the Federation as if it is some corporation or family business, as it is not a part of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. And what he does not realize that the PMP criminal organization, they just always use useful idiots. So he has no power now, so they have no use for him. When he's calling their phone, they're not going to answer him now. And he's going to find out the hard way. So you watch, you listen, you decide.
Inspector Blanche Codner says former Chairman Corporal Rohan James went behind the back of the Federation's Central Committee when he filed contempt proceedings in the Supreme Court last year. This follows a letter shared on social media by Corporal James asserting that the Federation colluded with the High Command to replace him as chairman. Mahiri Stewart has that report.
Corporal James cites his decision to file contempt proceedings in the Supreme Court in relation to the JCF's failure to implement court orders for an overtime system as the reason for his ousting as Police Federation chairman. He claims that the organization has put the matter on hold to ensure that they remove him from the Central Committee of the Federation. This, he claims, is a ploy to have the matter withdrawn from the court. However, Inspector Codner has labeled Corporal James's comments as lies. Speaking on Nationwide this morning, Inspector Codner says Corporal James blindsided the Federation's Central Committee in the manner in which he filed the proceedings.
That's the farthest thing from the truth. We have had discussion as a central committee. The matter was filed without the knowledge of the central committee. After it was filed, we realized that there were items in there that we did not agree to. Case in point, the chairman, former chairman, was requesting that some public officials be arrested. At no time did the central committee took a decision that any public official should be arrested.
Inspector Codner says some of the proceedings have since been withdrawn. She says the Federation is seeking to come to an agreement with the High Command outside of court.
Withdraw the matter and make an amendment and for it to be refiled.
Oh, so okay, what now becomes a substantive part of the new filing?
Okay, so since the matter has been withdrawn, we have met with the High Command and we are satisfied that they are making good progress in resolving the issues. So if it is that the issues are being resolved, we don't see the need for the matter to go back to the court. If two parties can agree to settle a matter outside of court, why would we want to go to court to waste the court time?
Inspector Codner maintains that she, as the new chair, has the full support of the Federation's Central Committee.
Well, I can speak for the Central Committee. We are unified and we are working together as a team to ensure that our members have proper representation.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Yes, we can tell you that we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we have zero sympathy for Corporal Rohan James. Yeah, the former PMP, Criminal Organization, Police Federation Chairman Rohan James, Arlene McBean, who was recently promoted, she should not ever go back to the Police Federation because all of these people are political activists for the PMP Criminal Organization and not looking out for the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, rank and file member, all of them, including those who are there right now. And the other members, they made a bold decision. So, yeah, Corporal Rohan James, whilst he was there during COVID, he refused 3 years of free money. Money were free. 3 years for the rank and file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force from Dr. Nigel Clark because they believe in their cause as political activists in uniform. Yeah, man, they might defend the PMP, now defend the police them. And so now, him end up because you have to understand it because he's a gangster. You have to understand the PMP now no respect for the rule of law. They are the ones that have the most criminals in Jamaica. If you look at the map when you come on to crime and the election result, you will see where the crimes segmented in the society. Most of PMP criminal organization community. PMP I kill PMP. Them can't live together as one. Yes, you understand. So instead of this man took the 3 year free money for the members, make them feel happy. No, him took the government to court, fighting for what they believe in a PMP criminal organization. Yes, before they defend the members, them defend the PMP criminal organization. Remember, that the PMP never grew the economy yet, So that's why for 5 years when Portia was there, they have to sign 0% increase. Because the PMP is not about creating jobs or improve the economy. It's a criminal organization. And why criminal always try to find things a thief. Them don't build the economy. Never, ever. Hey, look, the amount of things where them destroy Surge Island, Free Zone, and create unemployment, the only thing where them know for is create criminals. But in the end, the members get nothing. The battle was lost and the free money slipped through their fingers. It was a tough fight, but one they were willing to take on. So they were willing to sacrifice 3 years' money for nothing, for sure the PMP criminal organization say, oh, I only way I fight for, because it's all about promotion and power. And I think about the members them. So now I cry foul, boy, I want to betray me. But hey, look here, I'm not understanding us in life. At the end of the day, God is to all of us and every man of himself. You hear the inspector? Hey, He not the power again. You understand? So him don't know, you know. Because the members them find out now say who him. A 3-year money him throw away because of him being a political activist. So even all the news media in Jamaica know that the man wasn't a chairman, he was a political activist. And in the end, the members them get nothing. So despite the outcome, their resilience and determination were evident. They stood up for what they believe in, even in adversities. They clash, yes, between the PMP Criminal Organization, Police Federation Chairman and Dr. Nigel Clark was more than a fight for money. It was a fight for the principles and belief of the PMP Criminal Organization, not for the members. 3 years free money. Nobody in Jamaica would ever give police 3 years free money. And you get that from the government and you not take that, Papa. Nah, man, you deserve it. Yeah, man, you deserve to be you deserve to be shot with shit. Yeah, man, seriously. So although they may not have won this round, they have shown that they were not afraid to stand up and fight for what they believe in. Their determination are a testament to their unwavering commitment to their cause for the PMP Criminal Organization. And the woman in here, Arlene McBean, man, remember, I'll see him inspector, you know, remember say she, when him did thing there, you know, when him charged, you know, when him went on interdiction, she was one of them where she'll even chastise yours truly, you know, call and say me wicked, I'm a wicked boy, and the court rule and this and that and them saying, look, Corporal Rohan James, anytime you go in a police station, he must go in as a complainant. He not supposed to go back as no station again as the police. And when it's a PMP Criminal Organization police officer. And we're tired of, you know, Jamaica don't want that. You understand? So, them Ian, yeah man, Rohan James, Arlene McBean and the others refused the 3-year free money from Dr. Nigel Clark, the Minister of Finance. And them took the government to court because their political activism in uniform and the member got nothing. So suppose the Police Federation chairman and elected member had accepted the 3 years of free money from the government. The rank and file member would have been better off from the 3 years of money that they would have received during COVID-19 pandemic. But no, in that case, he and the others are playing politics of the PMP Criminal Organization. And these people don't understand and how and know that the PMP Criminal Organization uses and refuses people for their political mileage. If you needs to arise to dispose of you and send you to the departure lounge, they will do it in a blink of an eye. If you don't believe me, ask Detective Sergeant Courtney Simpson, who used to be the personal bodyguard of former Minister of Government Julian Robinson. Oh, and I forgot to remind you that Detective Sergeant Courtney Simpson was killed for speaking up as an informer and reporting criminal activities to Senior Superintendent of Police Rocky Simpson, who was a brigadista and had the young man allegedly killed by other police officer. So Corporal Rohan James is crying foul and victimization because the Jamaican Police Federation has elected a new chairman. Yeah man, Sergeant Arlene McBean, yeah man, congratulations and promote her. So she's gone from the Federation. And James, in his thick skull, think that the chairmanship of the Police Federation is a will by his ancestors to him to be there forever. Corporal Rohan James and the others who refused the 3 years of money from the government never look out for the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, but instead they looked out for the PMP Criminal Organization election strategy by putting the police force at the center of their campaign. Corporal Rohan James has broken the Jamaica Constabulary Force's rules, regulations and laws governing members of the police force. These are not supposed to be political, but Corporal Rohan James is a criminal in uniform and does not abide by the rules of the JCF. And he took sick leave. Whilst he was on sick leave, he was caught on video campaigning for the PNP criminal organization. Yes, Mr. Valentine, who wanted to become a member of parliament, and the police hierarchy and the corrupt, fake commissioner of police are allowing cover up the matter, thus allowing the PNP criminal organization activists to continue to be a member of the police force when he should have been kicked out of the force from the day that there was evidence to show that he was malingering. The police force must ensure that this man, as long as he lives, never serve as a policeman, because he's not. Rohan James is a political activist in uniform who should have been kicked out of the force without any benefits. So, with the new installed chairwoman of the Police Federation, covertly exposed Corporal Rohan James' political activism at the Federation, it shows her strong opinion about Corporal Rohan James and his actions regarding the role of the Police Federation and his behaviour while being interdicted by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. It's essential to recognise that opinions can vary and individuals may have different perspective. Corporal Rohan James violated the policies, regulation and laws. It would be appropriate for the proper channel within the police force or the relevant authority to deal with this misconduct, and they must kick him out of the police force. It is also essential to maintain professionalism and respect when discussing matters involving individuals who are serving members of the police force. But when someone has violated their oath of office, there should not be no tolerance for that kind of behavior. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel who wish Corporal Rohan James nothing but to kick him out of the police force. We wish him no best. Kick him out of the police force, then him can go in there and become a active PNP criminal organization activist and go and run for a PNP member of parliament seat or councillor or something, because that man is not a police officer. He did not want to serve. He wants to be an activist, so now he has a chance now to go out there and do all of that. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.